After a devastating start, the Hitmen have suddenly unleashed an explosive offensive attack.
Desperate teams do desperate things.
Boy, business has picked up here for the New York Hitmen.
New York has a burst of momentum after a last-second comeback win put Tillman's squad smack in the middle of the playoff picture.
Wally, back to throw. The pass. Touchdown! Zola Davis for the $100,000 catch.
He thought he'd seen it all. He ain't seen nothing yet.
The revitalized Hitmen will set out to crack Orlando, who will have to go without their star quarterback, Jeff Brohm.
Just collapsed. That's it for him for this quarter.
It's a good hit and separated my shoulder. Bad break.
How frustrating is this for you?
Well, you know, you don't want to get hurt. You want to be able to play, and I'm not able to.
With their undefeated streak over, an injured Brohm will watch from the bench as the Rage look to overthrow the Hitmen.
We're throwing something new at them this week.
Theme parks anymore. Rage fans have a lot to root about. Orlando's still undefeated at home as they look to secure the top spot overall in the XFL. Today on CNN, it's the New Jersey Hitmen against the Orlando Rage. The Rage coming off their first loss of the season, but they have still clinched a playoff berth, while the Hitmen have won 2 straight as they look to secure the second spot in the Eastern Conference. We started off with the wild scramble. Scott Cronin for Orlando, 3-3 in the year. Donnie Caldwell is 3-1 for the Hitmen.
Okay, gentlemen, please go on my whistle. I'll say set, and we'll go. The team that gets the ball has a choice of the choice now or in the second half, and kick or receive or defend the goal. Please wait for my whistle. Set.
Rage will look to get the jump all day long, Bob, as Scott Cronin get off to a good start, and that's what Orlando hopes to do today. Hello, everybody. Craig Minervini with Bob Golick. Welcome to the XFL on TNN. You talk about a surging club, though. We're going to talk about the Hitmen. They looked like they were going to get whacked 3 weeks ago. They were 0-3. They weren't playing very exciting football, Bob, but their fortunes have changed since they changed their quarterback.
Well, I tell you what, it really has come down to that and a change of attitude. Wally Richardson has become the guy, 3-1 right now as a starter, but also offensive philosophy, which has come with Wally, has really opened them up. This team has gone to be a more vertical football team. They're not afraid to throw deep, and they're not afraid to take chances. As Rusty Tillman told us, they'll run some gadget plays. Matter of fact, in the last 2 weeks, Greg, they have had 6 different people throw the football. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not successfully, but yet it's opened up that offensive attack market.
Hey, one thing you can always say, though, Bob, is the trick plays are fun to watch for a fan or somebody watching the game, whether they work out or not. Now, as for Orlando, their quarterback, Jeff Brohm, injured out for the year last week. First start today for a guy named Brian Kuklick. For more on that story, down to Kip Lewis.
Well, guys, Jeff Brohm is not even in the stadium today. He will have surgery on that injured shoulder tomorrow in Birmingham. That means the pressure falls on this guy, Brian Kuklick. What do you have to do to get this team back on track offensively?
We're back on track right now. We had a great week of practice, and we just need to come out here and execute. We're ready, and we're going to rally around the family.
Now, what did you guys work on? What was the emphasis this week in practice? You guys had a lot of turnovers in last week's game in L.A.
Yeah, we had to fight. We had to come back last week. We want to get out into a fast start on New York and, hopefully put them away early.
All right, let's go to the other sidelines where Lee Ramerman is standing by with Drew Pearson.
Drew, it was 2 weeks ago out in San Francisco that you kind of unleashed the dogs on this offense. Turned the season around. Is it tomfoolery that has got this offense turned around for you?
Well, I think that's one of the things. The other thing has to be the development of our quarterback, Wally Richardson. He's getting better and better week in and week out, and the offensive coordinator, Greg Griner, is having more and more confidence in him to do more and more things. Let me say this. We wish Jeff Brohm, the New York and New Jersey Hitmen, wish Jeff Brohm a successful surgery. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, Jeff.
Now, have you told a coach to continue to run wide-open offense, or have you told him to start to maybe close it down a little bit?
Well, Coach told me that we're going to continue with the wide-open offense, and we expect to do that. We have some playmakers on our offense, and what we have to do is give them a chance to make plays, and we'll definitely do that today.
So when Tillman talks, Drew Pearson listens.
That's right, without a doubt.
Drew Pearson, great wide receiver, the GM VP of the Hitmen. A nice 80-degree day here in Central Florida. Low humidity, which is very rare around these parts. It is getting a little cloudy, and there is a slight chance of rain as we move along today. Leo Aragus has been struggling a bit lately on the field goal kicks. Brian Shay is back deep for Orlando as we get the kickoff to the game, and Shay will grab it at the 3-yard line. Brian Shay. He's up to the 20s, finds a seam at the 30. Look at Brian Shay go. At the 40, makes a move around by Monte. Brian Shay trying to go the distance. Shay is tackled at the 1 by Anthony DeCosmo, who came back to get him after a 96-yard return.
What a way for that Rage team to start.
There you go, Ed.
And I'll tell you what, it was the Rage team last week that suffered at the hands of special teams today. They started off and they get field position, put themselves in the shadow of the goal line with that run back like Shay.
All the way down to the 1-yard line, Brian Shay, 5'8", 207-pounder out of Emporia State, has always been fighting the odds, and he sets up the Rage in great shape here to start it off. There's Clark trying to ram it in. He's got it. Touchdown! The Orlando Rage may have a little chip on their shoulder after taking their first loss a week ago, Bob, but it took them 40 seconds to get rid of that.
Like I said, last week the Rage lost their first game against the LA Extreme, largely due to the fact that they couldn't play special teams. The LA Extreme special teams put the Extreme in field position all day long, and the Rage just couldn't react to it. Well, today, things, at least in the first 40 seconds, have switched around.
Rage is 35% on the conversion. That's below the league average of 38%. Kuklick trying it in, got it there. Kevin Swayne. And that quickly, the Rage have hopped out on front. 7-0 on the conversion. The Orlando Rage off to a great start here at home. 7-zip, 43 seconds in.
For the LA Extreme, a win tonight guarantees them a playoff spot. Got him! To the end zone, touchdown, and guess who? Ricky Brady. Vegas just won't go away.
Because if we make this field goal, it's over.
The kick is up, and it's good. Pulaski looking to throw to the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco are still alive in the playoffs.
Tired now. Gotta catch my breath. A little hyperventilation going on.
The highlights courtesy of Bud Light. Interesting night again in the XFL out west. And already highlights today. Brian Shay started it off. Bob, really, it would start off when the Rage got the jump on the scramble. New York wasn't ready for that. They certainly didn't look ready for the kickoff return.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'll tell you what, watching what Shay did, it wasn't just pure speed. He's got some of that, but man, the moves he made and the cuts he made got him down to that goal line.
Butler Benote trying to return the favor. Reverse to Kirby Dardar. Got a great block as he got up to the 20, skipping to the 27-yard line. Stephen Fisher made the tackle, the return of 25, and the trickery starting right away for Rusty Tillman.
As I said, there's no way that they're going to sit back after having the success that they've had the last couple of weeks. They're not going to let a quick touchdown get them down. They're just giving, okay, handle the ball off, quick reverse. A couple of good blocks here. Guys getting their blocks clean. Man, you got to keep your head on a swivel, dude. Donnie Caldwell getting the handoff.
Well, here's Wally Richardson's first attempt. Look out! He's throwing it to traffic. He's throwing back. That's a clean play. And Aska has it after the initial catch by Zola Davis. And it was a great catch in traffic.
Can you believe... They come out and run right away, Craig. Hook and ladder. You see that? Throw the ball off. As soon as the receiver catches it, he laterals back to the follow man. Fortunately, too many men in coverage, too many rage plays in coverage for that to work.
Got a first down out of it, Bob. I thought it was going to be picked off when it was thrown by Richardson into a sea of red. No. Richardson, the third most accurate passer in the XFL. Wally's throwing it again. And again, he has Davis. This time he decides to keep it himself. And he bangs down near the first down again.
Well, let's take a look at that first play, though. The hook and ladder. You can see him. He has to throw it to the one receiver because he's the one in position to make the pitch to Joe Aska. Aska gets the pitch. Unfortunately, the coverage in the rotated is already 4 defenders over to that side of the field right there to make the play.
Run past 36, 608 block. On one, ready to go.
Couple of trick plays in a row as advertised from the men in the white, black, and blue.
Red 141!
Dealing out the black and blue the last few weeks in the XFL, playing great football. Play action, Richardson. Has some time to buy time and throw, and he's trying to hook up with Dargar, and also Zola Davis is incomplete.
One of the guys, too, obviously we've seen Wally Richardson early. Expect to see a little bit more Joe Aska, too. Not just as as a running back. This guy is actually really starting to come on. As we were told, I didn't even realize this. He was touched by this team coming out of training camp, but they brought him back in. He's getting more productive in special teams, but he's really been having a couple of good games. So watch for Aska in the run game. He will be called on for some heavy duty.
Aska number 38, as we told you here in the games before, blind in his right eye. Over NFL with Oakland. Richardson in traffic, and he's taken down by James Roberson. The big left end makes the sack. His 50 leads the team.
Nice job at the last pocket. Wally has thought the last couple passes has had the room to step left and right to avoid the rush. That time, boy, the whole middle. Clayton Roberson coming in, Ben Huff, number 72.
Straight right.
Collapsing.
38 toss, quick kick. On one, ready. I got you.
Now it's a 3rd and 15. Quick kick opportunity.
Quick kick. One of the new rules that we're going to see is...
There it is. Quick kick. Michael Blair. Live ball after 25. It's dropped, but then regathered by Reggie Doster. And Orlando is going to wind up with the football. Bob, the reason for that, the new gunner rule, allowing the Flyers to take off.
Good job, coach. Good call.
So some bad blood after the play. And our score here in Orlando is the Rage 7 and the Hitmen nothing. As we pause for a timeout, let's take this look at Chicago Enforcer running back LaShawn Johnson, a great example of the U.S. Army's victories.
You're going to get some kid killed. You're going to get a kid killed. Hey, I'm going to run the catch-up by not a 5-yard halo. He is so... Which one called it? Who called it?
Jalen Hall obviously arguing that there was not the what they call the danger zone 5-yard penalty rule. And Kuklick throws wide open receiver, Bible shot the Lawrence Hart, and he could not hang on. It would have been a first down pickup for Lawrence Hart.
Well, I'll tell you what, it couldn't be any better for Brian Kuklick than how it's starting. Getting down there and scoring right away the way they did. Here he is in his first start. Talk about taking a little pressure off, knowing the team's ahead right off the bat. But whatever pressure he's not feeling, he's got to get his receivers not to feel it. They got to be able to relax a little bit. Lawrence Hart playing a little volleyball over there with a football.
A guy normally good with his hands, Bob. He's an accomplished pianist, classical and gospel.
Well,
what's going on?
They better play the ball black and white then.
The wrong clef there for Lawrence Hart. Here's Clark out of the backfield. Derrick hangs on. Skips by one tackler. He's taken down at the 41. He was initially bothered by Damon Wheeler before Hanks took him down after the gain of 14.
Now, we didn't see much of Derrick Clark last week. He was kind of the lead guy in their running attack. Last week we didn't see much. They fell behind early because of special team success.
Then 0, 14 bounds on one.
Felt like they had to pass to catch up. So Derrick Clark, the run game suffered. But the run game is about a 45 to 48% of their total offensive play in usual situations.
Clark's been a great rusher this year, and had just 11 rushes last week. Michael Black gets the call. He is racked in the backfield. Wayne Sabb came in from his right end spot. Loss of 5 on the play.
Well, any team coming up against the Rage has always had the same defensive philosophy. Stop the running attack. They've got 3 good receivers. Derrick Clark, we saw Brian Shay in the kickoff return, and Mike Black.
50 draw check, 950 combo.
Always defensively shut down the running game, then get after the quarterback. That probably won't change it too much today. Kuklick, the new guy, at quarterback.
Orlando has struggled with the run last couple of weeks. They're still third overall. There's a big burst from Michael. He fumbled the ball. I think the Rage no counts on it at the 45, and it may very well have been Black getting his own ball.
Luckily, they say that football bounces weird. Luckily for Mike Black, it didn't bounce that strange. It just kind of laid back there where he dropped it. He was able to get back and grab it. Number 78, Chris Mamalonga, down. A little shaken up on that play.
This one? Hey, lay back on him?
Or is it called Mamu?
Big plug in the middle for the Hitmen.
No doubt about that.
I heard him. You feel it popping off? That's the voice of Drew Pearson you're hearing as well. And Drew, well, you already have Raybon a little bit banged up on the right side and the inside. Mamalonga, one of your big plugs on the left side of that line.
Without a doubt. We can't afford to lose, Chris, but because we're kind of thin in that area anyway, as you mentioned with Raybon nursing that ankle injury.
Stand on that leg and we'll just flip them straight up.
So we got to keep our fingers crossed in this situation.
Hey, Drew.
Yes, sir.
It's Bob. I don't have any more eligibility, so I can't help you.
Bob, I pull you right out of the booth, man.
Even
you got eligibility, you just don't know it.
Weak right now?
You better pick the quarter you need, because that's about all I got left in me.
I was going to say, for football or bingo, what do you think, Drew?
Hey, Bob, you just lay down in the middle. We got it covered.
Well, it looks like Mamalonga being helped off.
At least he's on moving, and that's not a bad sign.
Hopefully he can shake it off for New York, New Jersey. Wild start to this game.
Henry Slade over the center now.
Get him. Too much time.
Being rushed up the middle. Nearly picked off by Wheeler as he was covering Skinny Culver. But it is incomplete.
Man, Damon timed that up sweet. He made a move. I thought he had that one. Skinny Culver, the receiver.
Good job.
I'm still a little shaken from last week when I asked Galen Hall about the story behind Skinny Culver. Where'd the name Skinny come from? He goes, I guess he's always been skinny. You know what? I thought there was more of a story than
I know, that's a dumb question. I mean, of course, it's not fat. Kirby Dardar at the 2 takes the punt, skipping to the 10, fighting for some yardage. The flag is down on the play. They got to the 13-yard line. And the Hitmen will see if they are backed up. Usually you see that flag against the
86 white.
That's your flag during the return? Right.
86 white. Going to put him back. Punt was 50 yards with a
On
return
return,
of 8 yards.
number 86 of the receiving team, blocking the back. Penalties half the distance to the goal. The spot of the foul. First down, New York.
Bob Rosenstiel.
So as Christian Mamalonga gets some treatment on the side, New York tries to come back. They're down by 7. Bob, these Rage fans have had a lot to cheer about this year. The Rage are 4-0 this season at home. With their first loss last week in Los Angeles, were devastated by the extreme or flying. Do you think it's going to affect the mindset in a positive or negative way of the Rage?
You know, I think that as long as they know it doesn't affect them too dramatically in a playoff situation, they're not out of it by any means at all. I think it's going to just keep them focused and know that they're not a perfect team.
Ask up to the 7. You know, we always search for stories around the XFL, so we asked Wally Richardson, the quarterback of the Hitmen, anything unusual about his personal life, Wally?
I'm pretty much as I appear. I don't collect any llamas or anything like that. I don't have any pets, but I'm just a regular guy. But right now I'm just playing in this league and just enjoying the opportunity I'm getting and enjoying being in this environment, playing football again.
We didn't ask him about gazelles, but I guess no llamas, huh, Bob?
No llamas. I think there's some sort of zoning thing with llamas anyway. There's not ostriches?
Maybe in California. Wally Richardson, a little play action to ask him. He's got Zola Davis. He's trying to scramble as well. Now takes a block from Marcus Hitmen and gets up to the 18-yard line.
Chris, you went down in a heap, and Drew Pearson was about to start crying. Now you're lacing up, ready to go back in. What's the story, buddy?
I just twisted my knee a little bit, man, and now I'm ready to go back in.
Now, is this because you guys could sniff the playoffs?
No, it's because I love to play, and we need to make this win.
Well, Christian spent time with 7 NFL teams. He's 29, a 320-pounder. They have been anxious to get him back on the D-line.
New York looking to get out of the shadow of their own goal line really kind of limits the Preggers to the trickery and the things that we saw in the first series. Again, good defensive rush up front by that Rage front. You know, we talked so many times about getting pressure on the quarterback. And so when you talk about defensive ends, about outside backers, how they come up and rush on the outside. But sometimes you forget about rushing, what they call thrust in the pocket. Guys pushing it up in the face of the quarterback that doesn't give him room, the quarterback room, to step up and to avoid it. There you see, take a shot at it. Derrick Clark with the sack.
Their best pass rusher, actually more of a linebacker. He's not a big guy, 265, but that helps his rush. But Wally tried everything he could. He went left, he went center. He just ran out of room, as you talked about, Bob. And now he looked like he ran out of time.
Delay game, offense number 14. Penalties 5 yards, down remains 2.
You know, Craig, the first series, as I was kind of alluding to, you know, they come out, they have the reverse and the kickoff return. They have the quick kick,
quick slide right,
and then the hook and ladder. So they had a couple of kind of sort of gadget plays. Right. And back this far in their own territory, kind of limited, because those are risky plays, and they don't want to put the other team, the Rage, in a position by giving the ball up to them right here.
And 4 wide receivers to either side here on 2nd and 19. Quick out, caught by Mike Archie. Pretty good receiving fullback, but he was well covered by Stephen Fisher, who last time against Richardson picked off Wally 2 times in that Week 3 comeback win for Orlando over New York, 18-12.
You know, one of the things that really has impressed me with all the defenses in the XFL overall, I hate making general statements, but a great job of just wrapping up. You see Fisher there, Stephen Fisher. You saw the hit he had right there. It was a big hit, but he also finished. It wasn't a big hit for effect and just hoping, you know, to get on TV. It was a hit. It was effective. He tackled the guy and he brought him down. Seen a lot of that, a lot of good form, a lot of good technique here.
Richardson firing high, and it's dropped by Marcus Hitmen as he reached up. And James Burgess is a terrific linebacker out of Miami, making the play.
Flag late.
Flag down as well, yeah.
Well, looked like Derrick Clark was complaining about being held
Holding.
up inside.
Number 77 offense. Penalties decline. 4th down.
And that would make sense against Curtis McGee as he trying to keep Wally Richardson clear. Left side of your screen, you might be able to see it there. You see, anytime an offensive tackle is about to get beat, you know, they say they're trying to protect their quarterback, but you know, that's just a little obvious.
Skinny Culver is back deep. He'll get it at the 35 with some room. Culver dancing, still dancing. Flag is thrown as he found a seam to the right. There is a flag down. Culver's going to go all the way. The question is it all coming back? Culver goes in as he bought some time. As the players are pushing and shoving at the 50, but there are 2 flags down. Just 2 yards away from where he caught the ball.
First off, as we figure this out, let's repeat that one of the changes this week in the punt situation, the Flyers, or the Gunners as some call them, they can't leave the line of scrimmage as soon as the ball is snapped.
They better call something right there.
Nobody can leave the line of scrimmage until the ball is kicked. Now the two wide guys, the Gunners and the Flyers, can leave on the snap of the ball and get
58 comes up, gets him right around the net.
Still waiting on the call. Galen obviously has seen a lot of these in return.
It'll be their ball.
We'll see.
Be right here, your ball. What number? What
Looks like it is all going to come back as we expected, negating a 64-yard return on Skinny Culver. The question is, Bob, what kind of effect is this gunner rule going to have? Are you going to have more receiving punt guys get hit, or is it going to, if you miss those gunners, open up more room to run it? I don't know. What do you think?
On the kicking team, hands to the face. Illegal block in the back. On the receiving team during the return, the penalties will offset at the spot of the fouls. First down.
Offset, but it cost the Rage.
It cost them a touchdown. You're going to have some change, and we'll talk about it as the game goes on, especially since the Flyers are going to be a big input into the punt coverage.
Hey, RJ! What? Hey!
The XFL on TNN.
The guy that came up and got us from behind later on.
A very costly head as well, because Brian Kuklick has taken over for Orlando. Nothing against Brian, but knocking out the #1 quarterback here. Brian taking over, an excellent quarterback. In fact, I don't think Galen Hall has any less confidence for Brian.
Right, and we also just saw Chris Mamalanga, injured his knee from Hitmen, is back in the lineup.
Fumble! Recovered by Mark. Big Ron Merkerson's going to try and run it in at the 10. Merkerson is in, and this time there are no flags down. They never got the snap at Ron Merkerson.
This is Mark. That's Mark.
Big Ron Merkerson, Bob, is the heart of this Hitmen defense. They just put the heart back in the game for New York, New Jersey.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to Rusty Tillman again this morning prior to the game, and we mentioned and asked him about Merkerson. Because, I spent a lot of time, a lot of years in football, talking pro football, and I don't think I've ever worked with a better linebacker. And I mean, so he is so sold on the fact that this guy can play in any league, and he has not coached a better one. Certainly a guy that always makes the big plays and made it there.
New York second in the league on the conversion, an impressive 50%. Not here.
Nice.
Not here. Kirby Dardar was rocked on the play by James Burgess, who stepped up to get him.
Good run support on the outside. Burgess finishing it off. Man, what a hit.
Big Mark, it seems like big plays have turned this season around for you guys. And right there, one more. 14-point swing.
Needed that. So all I got to say, we got a whole game to play. Keep on pushing. We can make it happen.
Did you guys have any doubt when you guys were struggling early in the season, or did you guys know you could get it done?
We knew we could get it done. Can't let doubt eat you up, so keep pushing. We're going to be there.
What happened here, Bob? Yeah, it was a snap problem with Kuklick.
Never got the ball. The ball got booed a little bit. Merck right there, right place, right time, grabs it and runs it in. 6'1", 250 pounds.
Ball! We got it! We got it! Go, baby! Go, Merck! Go! We got it! We got it! We got it! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about! Yeah!
I don't know what's going on. I don't know how
it's all good, baby. Mama, what's up, Cameron? What's up, Kim? Love y'all.
Big Ron Merkerson out of Colorado.
Brad, you need some?
What a recovery for them. He had a concussion earlier in the season, missed the game a few weeks back, and their defense was just pummeled. He came back for that San Francisco game, and since then the Hitmen have been on fire, both offense and defense.
6'1", 250, runs about a 4'4", maybe under on the good days, but he can't fly. Hey, Hitmen kicking off once again to number 20, Brian Shay. We saw what happened last time, but drops it in the end zone.
Shay coming out to the 5, up to the 10. He's tripped up, fumbles the ball, and it went out of bounds. Fortunately for the Orlando Rage, Michael Blair made the pop and knocked the ball free, but the Rage get a break on that particular fumble, he'll hang on to possession.
Yeah, as I say, the first time he handled the ball, brings it back to the 1 yard line. This time he drops it about a yard. Drops the ball about a yard deep in his own end zone. Not a great way to start, but you know, funny thing is sometimes on these kickoffs or punt returns, when the guy receiving the ball fumbles it seems to throw the coverage people off. That time it didn't. They got a good hit on him.
So the Rage take over at the 16. You wonder about since this is his first start, the relationship between the center and the quarterback. Having trouble in the last play. Michael Black in the flat has it. Back up to the 25, to the 27. Cal Dixon is the center for Orlando.
Coach Galen Hall, you've been all over the officials this game. What's going on?
Well, I thought there's something early on the opportunity to catch a punt that I thought was wrong. Then I saw something in front of me that I disagreed with. But we're all settled down, ready to go.
A lot of special teams. You've been on them after a lot of special teams plays.
Well, we've made a couple. You know, we still got to stay in this game. It's a long time.
Well, they're all a little more low-key here, Bob, on camera, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, they've really changed the tempo from last week. Last week they suffered the hands of special teams. Today they're having better luck with it. Field position seems to be going more, although this is about as deep in their own territory as they've started the possession. They definitely have had better field position today than they did last week against the Extreme.
Zero trays. Draw.
Z, 0 trace, 70 draw on 1.
70 what?
Draw. You didn't recognize that southern draw thing. Hey, no smash! No smash! Go! Got it! The guy from New York about going, what? What are you talking about? Blair is in trouble, and he needs a couple of fellas from New York, and they rack him up with a 24. Ben Hanks and Wayne Sapp led the coverage.
Does that mean we don't want to meet a couple of guys from New York? Want to meet them around the corner?
Don't want to meet the Hitmen.
All right. Good job of support out there. Dwayne Sapp, Big Sapp, and Ben Hanks, like you said. Nice job shutting down the run, so he had to slow it down, try to come back. Come on. Good help from inside. Guys flowing with him.
Two lurk. To the T. T as well.
Got three. I got four.
Rage won the first meeting, 18-12. Looking to sweep the season series, and more importantly, get a league-leading 7th win. In motion is Mario Bailey. Throw is intercepted. Ty Talton's got it. Now he throws it back before he's taken down to Ellen. Look out. Here's Joey Ellen to the 40. Like that Brad Trout at the 31-yard line. And the Hitmen pick it up again.
Way to go,
the pass was over the head of Bailey from Kuklick.
Hell of a job. Way to go. Way to go, baby. Way to go, D. Way to go, D. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go.
The D does it again, turning it over.
Nice job, babe. Nice job. Nice job.
Bad throw or what?
Crawford, they called lurk defense. They had Crawford just kind of hanging out, kind of watching, lurking in the middle. The ball had to be thrown high to get over Crawford's coverage, and that's when it drifted right into the hands of Ty Talton.
The New York D is number 1 against the pass in the XFL as we get the flag and the whistle before the snap.
What's that? All right.
Joey's in the stand.
Reset it. Coach, that whistle's not from us. It came from up there. It actually came from the Jumbotron.
The Hitmen secondary, Bob's got interceptions in 7 of 8 games. In fact, they have all the interceptions on the Hitmen this year. And they are top defense, and I think they were somewhat overlooked for some reason because of their record, how intimidating their defense is. But really, their woes this year were offensive early in the year.
Yeah, and as you were kind of adding on to that, all the interceptions were by defensive backs. Very active secondary. You know, usually you catch a couple of linebackers getting involved, but this secondary really slows for the ball.
Richardson trying to get Asker free, but Joe is racked up in the backfield. Loss of 4 yards in the play.
Good job. Who hit that?
Ty Talton and Brad Trout, you guys look like you might have been training with the New York Knicks or something. Are you guys planning on doing all this stuff during practice during the week?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. Say what's up to the Talton family at the house. And we just try to go out and make big plays, you know. We work hard all day, all week, and get an opportunity. Our team is counting on us to make big plays. And Brad was there after I intercepted it, and he almost scored. He was 1 block away from scoring.
I think the element you see for the Hitmen these days, unlike the early part of the year, is character. They've been able to come in adverse situations, and Richardson was in one there, and he wisely threw it away.
Hey, let me say this.
Pressure. He was not out of the pocket.
I told you this before, that the most satisfying, sacks are nice for the stats, but the best time to hit a quarterback is when he's extended. Watch Burgess right here. Right in the rib. I swear, I know for a fact that James Burgess heard all the wind rushing out of Wally Richardson's lungs.
Bob was jumping out of the booth trying to get into that hit. Back in the boat.
You all right? You all right?
15 minutes in the books here in Central Florida. As the Orlando Rage cheerleaders entertain the nice throng here at the Citrus Bowl. Rage 6-1 on the season. The Hitmen are 3-4. Trying to at least maintain a one-game lead for the second and final playoff spot in the East. Dar in the flat. He can move out of there, and he gets down to the 30. A gain of 5. Omar Brown took him down. That's nothing new because he's one of the leading tacklers for Orlando.
Yeah, he loves coming up there. In fact, they are very aggressive. Both safeties, Gilliard and Brown, both guys that you will see coming up and making tackles in the line of scrimmage. But that one was boy, they blitzed hard up inside. Luckily to get that ball off to Kirby Darda.
Now Aragoose has come on here on a 4th and 8, and the Rage defense is just so afraid of the trick plays. They have called timeout here on the 4th and 8 play.
Hey, field goal team!
With the ball at the 40, you can get a 47-yard field goal, Bob. You can try and kick one and get it down at the 5, and the ball is live.
Can you make it this way? Yeah. Oh, you want to go for what? She'll go to fake. We got 4th and what? 8? That's quite a ways. You want to try to kick? You want to go to fake? Let's run the fake. Okay. Let's run the fake. Okay, now, here's the deal. If the look is not there or something happens, I don't care if you fake.
You don't want to kick it at all then?
Yeah, if the look scares you, don't kick it, take a delay of game, then I'll put the punt team in, okay? Let's go. There we go.
Bob Leo Aragoose has missed 4 of his last 5 attempts.
Field goal!
So I think you heard in the huddle the word fake being called.
Can you watch your left? All right, keep your eye on it. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Again, a lot of that time is dependent, being able to run a fake, dependent very much so on what the defense presents them.
Number 7, Polari, the quarterback, to start off, is the holder. Look for him here. Aragoose setting up for what looks like a 49-yard field goal attempt. And Polari can throw it. Number 7, the holder.
If the situation's not right, Russell Tillman told him just to take a delay and they'll bring the punt team out. Looks like the situation wasn't right. Looks like they didn't give him the front.
Tell them to punt it real high. Regular punt. Let's go. Punt it real high. Let's go.
Didn't give him the look that they expected. The fake probably wouldn't have worked. Those fakes are only really guaranteed to work against the tendencies that these teams show. If they don't show that look, then you have to change out of it. Rusty wisely said, hey,
we got him thinking anyway, Tony.
Take the penalty. Move us back. Give the punter a little bit more room. And we'll lay one up really high in the air and put it down somewhere near the goal line.
Okay. You might be thinking in this league, why not just punt it from that kind of formation? But with nobody back, Orlando would have all the guys rushing the punter. Would that be too tough to get the punt off, most likely?
Possibly.
With all those guys coming at you?
Possibly. Let's remember the thing here. The Gunners are free to go downfield. We have flags on the field.
This one is in the end zone, so they could let that one go. And that is kicked out, but
flags came down quickly.
30 seconds. What do we got?
5 more yards on the end of the kick.
There's a flag on the play.
Get it on 25.
Airball. Let's go.
Legal procedure, I believe, was the call against the Hitmen.
No, it's 5 more yards on the end of the kick.
Wait now. What did they say?
It's 5 more yards. Hey, Roger! 5.
Niccolo zone dog. Niccolo zone dog. Nico! Everybody get back, please. Get back, Sparky. Get back, please. Hey, he's not listening to us. That's correct.
Illegal formation offense, only 6 players in the line of scrimmage. Penalty 5 yards from the 20-yard line. Orlando ball, first down at the 25.
You know, I don't care.
No, that's just a touchback.
Hi, I'm Cal Dixon of the Orlando Rage, and this is my Dairy Queen. And actually, I had to go to Dairy Queen University for 3 weeks to learn all this. There's 3 parts to a Dairy Queen cone. There's the base, the ball, and here's the tough part, the curl. Drop the cone, and then 9, 1, 7, like the hands of a clock. It's the perfect Dairy Queen curl. Because I am the Dairy King of the XFL. And don't you forget it.
There he is.
He was thinking. Tell you what, they have.
You better stick to football, not acting.
Fine mixture of sweetness and creaminess in their ice cream.
You like the Blizzard?
You know, I'm more of a purist. I'll go vanilla cone, or I'll go vanilla cone, cherry dip.
The cherry dip.
Definitely.
Got that frosted cherry on top?
Yeah, it's a liquid. You dip it in there.
Very nice. Hitmen defense, Bob, has been an early story of this game.
No doubt about it. They're making things happen. You see Merck right there running right out of his socks. Clean up that fumble. Interception by Ty Colton would help. Brad Trout, his teammate, they have really gone after it. I'll tell you what, Kuklick, 2.5 quarters last week, Craig, 3 interceptions. 1 quarter this week, another interception. So he's got 4 interceptions in just 2.5 quarters of play.
Gain of 2. Malonga caught up with him. He also has been rushed and panicked quite a bit from the defense. And keep in mind, the touchdown was set up on the 96-yard return by Shay. Just 28 yards of offense for the Rage in the first quarter. The Hitmen had only 29, but did create 2 turnovers.
0 bunch, 70-0 on 1. Hey, I'm getting out.
Those numbers there.
Brohm was so well. He had the 9 TDs, 3 interceptions. Kuklick the other way, the whole opposite direction that we just told you about. It is 3.5 quarters of play. He's been giving up the ball quite a bit.
Kuklick firing in traffic again. He was fortunate that he overthrew Ty Talton. It was way over the receiver Kevin Swayne's head. You know, Galen Hall talked with us about Kuklick before the injury to Brohm, and we both got the feeling that he would almost interchange the quarterbacks.
Yeah, without a doubt. In fact, that's what it sounded like to me. It sounded, in fact, like there were some limitations that Brohm had, like maybe a weak arm on the out. But the one thing that they were saying is that with Kuklick, he's probably going to make mistakes. And one of the things that he's going to do is throw into a crowd. You've seen that here today.
Gardner with the return up to the 32. Rich Young brought him down. The return was 9 yards by Kirby. There is a flag again.
Back it on.
Out of the play.
An eligible receiver downfield, member of the kicking team, number 95. Penalty 5 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
Now, did anybody explain to the offenses and special teams that the rule changes only affected the Flyers? Everybody else,
300-pounders, no?
The same.
290? About 280. The XFL on the national network. Craig Minervini, Bob Golick. Sunday afternoon XFL football. Joe Aska getting the handoff across the 40-yard line. He picked up 5.
This offense seems to be a little out of sync right now. What's causing you guys to misfire?
You know, I got to settle down and do what I can do, and we'll be fine.
Brian, in his first start since his senior year at Wake Forest, a little rusty so far.
Might be. They are definitely, right now, Orlando, 32 yards of total offense. 7 rushes, 7 passes, 2.3 yards per play. I mean, if that was just running, I could say, okay, that's a bad day. But when you're just run and pass, that's not good at all.
Richardson in trouble. He throws it away, and there's the flag. Bill Duff was on him.
First down! He called him intentional grounding, I bet you.
First down!
First down!
So Wally Richardson was in the pocket still.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 95 defense. 15 yards. First down.
But it was Duff. Bill Duff making the hit, coming in late.
141!
It wasn't that violent a hit, but once the ball's on. I'll tell you what, though, as a defensive player, sometimes it's hard to tell when the ball's gone. You're just not in a position to know if the ball's been thrown or not. So you really try to follow through. That was not that violent a hit where I think there should have been a late hit call on it.
Run up the middle. I thought it was borderline grounding. Was he not inside the tackle?
He was inside the tackle as he threw that ball very much away. But, I mean, we're still early in this game. Remember last week, Orlando, that with that penalty, that adds on to what Orlando had last week. 13 penalties last year. Or last week we saw from the Rage. Very, very uncharacteristic. It certainly helped to destroy any hope of them winning.
In weeks 4 and 5, they had 7 penalties combined. The last 2 weeks, 21 penalties for almost 200 yards. That has been a bugaboo of late for Dalen Hall's team. Richardson on 2nd and 7, a little play action. Again, Forrest trying to loop one for Collins. It's incomplete. Good pressure, though, again, on the quarterback, forcing the move a little quicker than he really wanted to throw it.
Yeah, both I mentioned what Orlando had with only with very little yardage. The Hitmen also with only about 32 yards of generated offense. So both defenses right now being aggressive and keeping these offenses from generating any kind of momentum.
Double scat. 272, corner shake.
Next week, the Hitmen will host Chicago in the NBC game Saturday night. And what could be the game to decide the playoff team, although Jerry Donato and his Birmingham Thunderbolts hope to have something to say about that down the stretch. Blitzes on, look out! Richardson, quick throw and drop on the big tight end, Ryan Collins. Richardson got rid of it quickly, showing some of his savvy as quarterback, although it was not complete.
And good awareness by Collins to be there. Corey Gilliard, the safety, coming in with the pressure, as well as the linebacker on the outside. But, I mean, one thing to be aware of the blitz and get the hot read, like Collins did. The other thing is you got to make the catch. I know it was low, but it hit him in the hands.
Pull it in. You're right.
Hey, the hands isn't supposed to be a bad spot.
So here's Aragoose again punting. Skinny Culver is back at the 15.
Man, that was up there.
Work his way up. No fair catch, of course. They're going to throw the flag here. Galen was arguing last time that they didn't get the danger zone, and he may have gotten that argument on the call right here.
So even though Donnie Caldwell, even though number 21 Donnie Caldwell had pulled up, he was still standing well within the 5 yards.
Galen may have bought one there.
Everybody got the same thing, 5 yards tacked on.
Oh, Rippy, stop!
Violation of the 5-yard radius. 21 of the kicking team. Penalties 5 yards from the end of the run. First down, Orlando.
So here it is. Let's see it.
Check it out. You should see Caldwell step up right to his right. You're going to see him standing right there. It was close, and obviously it was such a high kick that everybody was just basically waiting.
How about planting the seed, though? I mean, did he not do it?
Well, Galen did that earlier. Remember, we asked him about that. So what are you yelling at us about?
Right. Not much. Or worse. Or worse, he's going to have to get one back. Kuklick firing. He's got a man. Diallo Burks, one of the top receivers on the Rage to the 42 shotgun. It was a good gain. A gain of 20.
Now we're starting to see a little movement. That one's just a nice throw over the middle. You know, the Rage right now with Kuklick, you can't afford to be too fancy. And it's just got to be, make sure you get the snap. They've already had a problem with that. Make sure you get the snap straight and just make the simple throw. You know, ins, quick slants, things like that to give him some confidence.
He's got some weapons. They haven't been able to use them. And Burks and Bailey and Swayne. Shay gets the hand off. Nothing going on that play. Gain of a couple. Rabo is real. Raybon, the defensive player of the week in week 4, made the stop.
Rabo just about crushed him. Just about bent him in half and snapped him into the dirt.
Again, these great weapons, Bob. These receivers who among the top 6 in the league in yards per catch, but he hasn't been able to find them yet.
He's got to work out the chemistry. He's got to start finding these guys and finding out which guys he has a relationship with.
Hall thinks he can get the ball there a little bit quicker. And there's a wide open Skinny Culver. Good move, Culver! And he's tripped off as Trout recovered to get him before he sprinted in. He got him at about the 28. And Skinny Culver hooking up with the quarterback, and Brian starting to warm up for the Rage, a gain of 28.
Skinny made a first move, and if not for Brad Trout just getting a piece of that, Skinny might have taken that one all the way to the end zone. You can see the right side of your screen. Throws out there to Skinny. There you go. Left side. The ball will be over to the left side. Try to make a miss. Brad Trout just getting a piece of that foot.
Ferguson showing blitz. Is he coming? Yes, but he's pushed outside. So is Culver, but they can't get him down until Trout came over. Initial hit by Joey Ellams, a gain of 7.
You know, I've been singing the praises of these defensive backs about coming up, making the hit and wrapping it up. Joey Ellams that time showing some bad form. And this is stuff you don't want to see start to creep in. The guy coming up to make the big hit. So hopefully not the ball loose. You got to wrap it, you got to finish it.
Ellams is 24 out of Indiana. The starter all year. And up Shay. Nothing going up front. Malonga among the host of defensive linemen. They made the stop.
Man, that is a strong defensive front.
1-800.
Here we go. 1-800 all one. Ready.
What do we got? A little collect call here? Or
1-800.
Free toll call?
I bet they'll throw it right down the middle.
New sponsor, maybe?
Where you down it right down the middle?
I have no idea. Let's see. Quick rolling. He's going to try to dial it up. Long distance. He's got Burks. And he got in for the touchdown. 1-800 TD for the Orlando Rage.
Well, Brian Kuklick, who started this game, 2 completions, 7 attempts in the last drive. He hits 4 for 4, and just goes to show, he completed a couple passes, good things happen.
Butler Benote was trying to cover Diallo Burks. That's been a tough task for just about everybody this year in the XFL. His 5th touchdown of the year. He is among the leaders in the XFL. Now for the conversion. They hit their conversion earlier. Kuklick's going to throw. Bailey got it. Conversion again. And they are 2 for 2 after just a 35% efficiency coming in. And it's 14-6.
2 for 2, but that makes Brian Kuklick 5 for 5 on that drive. Nice relationship. Check it out one time. Short rollout. Murchison in his face. Don't know why he didn't get hit down at the 2-yard line, but he pulled it into the end zone for the touchdown.
More is Steve by Benote, and the Rage are on top by 8. Orlando Rage have jumped up 14-6, a 77-yard drive, capped off by Kuklick's pass. To that man, Diallo Burks, his 5th receiving touchdown of the season. And another conversion, the all-important conversion, has them up by at least 2 scores down. Benote got beat on the TD, not too impressive on the return. He stopped at the 8.
Coach, Brian Kuklick, a no-show to that last series. Does it worry you? He kind of put it together for his team.
Well, I think it was the defense we were playing. We'll go away from that, see if we can't contain him.
Never get a long answer from Rusty during the game. We were talking about that with him today.
Yeah, you even asked him that.
Yeah, I mean...
You phrased it quite well, though, too.
I tried to.
Cut your head off.
You didn't wow me too badly, but he said, hey, I'm an intense guy. This is how I am. This is who I am. And I see some coaches who give you at least an answer to a tough question. But for me, I'm so intense, I got to get out of there after a bit. And he might have caught Rearman's act here in Orlando in the preseason as well.
Oh, a lot of people caught Rearman's act in Orlando.
In all season.
Man.
Lee works as hard as anybody on those sidelines.
This is like his 3rd appearance here in Orlando.
You got flex right. Check. Quick slide left. A 48
he was trying to get into that tank in L.A. last week. I'm sure many coaches would have liked to toss Lee in there as well. 2nd and 6.
Grab 48! Grab 48!
Quarterback draw.
Richardson on the draw. Oh, he ran right into James Burgess. He really got stood off by James around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it was all Burgess. I think it was part Burgess and part the big wide butt of one of his offensive linemen. Watch him here. You see him drop it. Right off the bat, it's a quarterback draw. Oh.
Burgess telling us about the harrowing experience he had during during Hurricane Andrew back in '92 with 13 family members, relatives there. In his mom's walk-in closet as they watched the roof come off his garage, go in the den. They all thought that was going to be it. They made it. A harrowing experience. Nearly picked off there as it was thrown by Richardson. Reggie Dosser would have liked to have a second shot. Incomplete, though, and again, the Hitmen offense unable to do anything.
Well, let's take a look at this now. Let's stress, since it is a new rule, while they're lining up, remember, the new rule today, starting this week, the Flyers, the gunners on the outside of the punt team can leave on the snap of the ball. Everybody else must wait till the ball is kicked. That's going to change the perspective a little bit. The Flyers and the gunners on the outside are going to get down much quicker.
Especially when they're not blocked, and these guys were not picked up until about midfield. One of the gunners is right there, and it stopped. It was Mark Tate. The gunner on the right side got all the way down. A return of 7. Orlando takes over when we return to the Citrus Bowl.
Hi, I'm Diallo Burks. This is 3-in-1 Barbershop. This is where I come and get my haircut before the game. Come on, let's go get a haircut.
I got a tip for you. When you score this week, take your helmet off and show
Yellow Burks. You should take it off right now. You did take it off after Texas to show us now. Here's a good rule of thumb for you on a haircut, Fred. What's that? If there's a barber pole out in front of it, you should probably avoid
that with the, you don't like the blue and red?
Yeah, you know, if you're 50, 60, maybe.
That's the place you can get a nice shave, too.
If you're still worried about women looking at you, you might want to avoid the barber pole.
There's the completion. Over to Kevin Swayne. Caldwell on the coverage, and the Orlando offense driving some momentum from that last scoring drive. They look a lot better here with Kuklick at the helm.
Well, that was about the third 3 and out for the New Jersey Hitmen. We were getting the same performance from Orlando up till last. The first 5 drives so far, 23 yards. The last drive you saw it, 4 for 4 in passing, 74 yards. A 5th completion in the extra point.
Kuklick, New York Mets draft pick back in June of '94, and here's that good arm again to Clark. At the 40-35, knocked out by Brad Trout at the 32-yard line. 6 out of 6 for Kuklick.
Well, he's loosening them up. They got some confidence off that last drive or something, because the defense that the Hitmen are doing right now not working out for them. You heard that from Russell Tillman. He did not like the way the defense going. They have to change around a little bit. Check it out. In the replay.
Burks with Wheeler.
Nice job.
Kind of took him from behind there, but nobody saw it.
Draw play up inside.
Draw play, Michael Black. And look at that. The passing attack now springing the run game, and a gain of 10 for Black.
Well, you know, they've got aggressive people in the secondary for the Hitmen. So once you get that run game going, and they have to start to respect it, you get that passing attack going, and loosens things up a little bit. The run game can then go in and follow along. They're starting to see more gaps, more holes, and more production from that running attack.
2-minute warning. This is the XFL on the National Network. The XFL experience today in Central Florida, where the Rays are looking to go to 7-1. Big drive here, particularly for the Hitmen, to try and get within 8 points here. Bailey's got to get good tackling, though. He squeaked free, got a couple extra yards. Joey Ellams finally got him out, but they're having trouble wrapping him up.
A lot of problem wrapping him up. And I hate giving people compliments when they follow it up with failures like that. They're supposed to hit, wrap it, bring them down, but this whole Hitman defense right now having problems. Kuklick, with that one drive of success, has given his offense enough confidence where now they're giving the ball pretty much anywhere. They're running it, they're draws, they're short outs, you know, little dumps over the middle. A lot of different looks, which is really making this Hitman defense sit back in its heel and wait to see what's coming.
They line up in crazy trips to go Orlando. Okay, now, the call right now, 1st and 10, the call is, we got Diamond there, right? They might. Yeah, let's go. Dime Lightning. Dime Lightning. Go on.
Rusty Tillman.
Let me do this real quick. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate my partner.
Flush is in there, right?
On your birth of your daughter yesterday.
We don't have to worry about crazy trips.
And the commitment of showing up for the game after sitting through the birth of your third child, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Daughter
Spencer.
yesterday.
I credit my wife for good timing.
Very good timing. Spencer, very nice. Congratulations. Appreciate it.
Whoa! Good play there by Trout, flying in, and Brad Trout, who was beaten earlier in the game, reaching an important sack.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go.
First down play to push him back. 28.
There's no doubt about it that they play aggressively, but nobody came to pick this up. Nobody even saw him coming. He just lined it up. Watch linemen. They're watching the play. The defensive linemen go inside. Didn't even see the secondary starting to adjust to a blitz. Only 6 blockers up front, and the defense brought 7. You do the math.
Well, risky, because if he beats that, he hit 7 out of 7. You know, there's some great matchup somewhere. Kuklick finds one there. Swayne again busting a tackle. He beat Wheeler before Trout took him down, but he got back some yards and more inside the 15.
All right, let's go.
Rage with 2 timeouts left. 16-yard gain.
Well, one of the things, too, that's happening, not only are we starting to see the drive sustained by the Rage, but you also have to look at it from the other perspective, the defense. You start spending this much time on the field, long drive after long drive. Not to say those defensive guys are out of shape. It starts to wear on you after a while.
3rd and 5, quick slant. Nice catch by Swayne as he got inside the DB in the play. Ty Talton and Joey Ellams. And he makes the catch for the first down. It's 1st and goal. Timeout goal.
I don't know that Joey Ellams could have played that any better.
Yeah.
I mean, he was almost any better than that, any closer. You'll see in the bottom of your screen. Any closer, he would have been called for interference. He was right there. He just didn't get his hand on the ball as it came in. Got to give the credit there to the connection between Kuklick and Swayne.
No, go 9-7. You're going to have protection. Ace, yeah, 970. 970, 7-2. You got your slants and a quick corner. Okay. And the inside guy, right? Yeah. Okay, 970. Send the back.
Brian Kuklick, Bob, slow start. Good finish so far.
Boy, he has really had a hard time early on. You saw the interception. That has found his marks as it's gone on. He has completed, the way things are going now, Craig, he has completed his last 9 passes. And when you got that kind of success, either the defense is failing or he's just so hot. As we saw that last pass to Swayne, man, it was just right on.
It's 1st and goal now for the 6, and they're passing again. He's got room to run. He's going to throw it, and it's overthrown over the head of Swayne. Looked like he might have been able to run it right in, at least get near the goal line.
There's no doubt about it. In fact, that's one of the reasons I like him. He gets the ball in the, gets the ball around, can find open spots. But he has the ability to move it a little bit. I don't know why he didn't try to take a shot. Very focused on his receivers.
Kuklick, 24 years of age, out of Wake Forest. One of the great high school quarterbacks out of Pennsylvania. Another one to come along. That ball was maybe tipped along the way. And incomplete intended for Burks. Good pressure by Ben Hanks as well.
Watch Ben Hanks right up. You can see him coming right up the middle with a delayed blitz. Boy, he took this shot. You wonder why the quarterbacks get the big money? Well, it's an extra $5 grand, but
why is that?
Hits like that.
Reserve it. 3rd and goal. They're going to hand off. Clark. Oh, he stopped. That's right at the line of scrimmage. It's like Raybo got in there. Raybon with a big play. That will probably force Orlando into the...
Raybon, not only Raybon, but also Mamalonga. Give some credit to him since he's coming back off that twisted knee early on.
Got to kick a field goal here, don't you, Bob?
I'm thinking you got to do it. You got to get get as many points up as possible.
Decision time. as Orlando used their last timeout, and now they do get the field goal unit on, led by Jay Taylor. Jay is hit 5 out of 7, although he's missed 2 of his last 3s at 71% on the season. Inside the 49, he's been very impressive. This will be a chip shot field goal. Basically, if it was a different game, it'd be an extra point.
That's right. That's right. But I mean, there's no way around this. I mean, right now you're ahead 14-6. You've got some momentum going. You put up whatever points you can get. You put them up, and you just keep the lead.
Keep in mind, Kuklick is the holder. If Jalen Hall wants to try something tricky of his own, it's quarterback. Here's the holder for Jay Taylor. They're going to go conventional, and it gets them 3 points. Field goal, Jay Taylor from 20 yards.
Well, they did a nice job in that 2-minute drill. 10 plays, 60 yards.
Well, Coach, your offense struggled early in the game, but you have to like what you saw in the latter part of the second quarter by Brian Kuklick.
Well, Brian came back and played well. We're getting him spread out a little bit, show him where his routes are, and he played pretty good. He's playing like I thought he would.
Will you make any key adjustments in the second half?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about it. They're getting a couple guys in on us on some blitzes that we'll take care of.
Drew Pearson, Coach told me basically to blow it out in my ear when I brought this up, but you guys have to be frightened to death that Brian Kuklick's starting to put it together.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. We knew that coming in. He just has to get game experience, and he's getting some of that today. But we got to keep knocking him around and keep beating on him and hope something happens. What we need to do is worry about ourselves, and that means getting our offense together so we can get some first downs and give our defense a break. They've been on the field that whole first half.
Yeah, I think you have to pin it on the O here. They have not done anything for the Hitmen in this first half. So, the Rage look to be back in form. 18-6 back after these messages and a word from your local station. Maybe something you didn't want to see before the minute. I don't know. Second half getting underway. Jay Taylor will kick it off. Kirby Darjar will try to give the Hitmen a spark. Or Butler Bonote. Will be Bonote 4 yards deep. Will he take it out? Yes, he will. Bonote up to the 10. Stopped right there at the 12-yard line by Corey Gilliard. Of course, he had to take it out since the ball bounced around in there. Orlando would have a shot at it.
Now, the problem we're seeing with Bonote is that when he's getting the ball, he's looking too much to make the cut. You don't really see him fighting for the yardage. He's so concerned about getting the cut right that when the guys are hitting him, it's really not taking much to bring the guy down. He's got to get his body going upfield.
So far this year, Darjar has been the better of the returners. And Taylor kicking the other way that time.
Red 42!
What field position to start off here on the 13. Aska. Nada. James Burgess again stepping up after the gain of 1.
Nothing. Well, we told you about them trying to get some running game going. Trying to get something going, but you can't sit there and pound away at the line of scrimmage. It's all the defense. It's the entire defense. You got 7, 8 guys in the box waiting for you.
Wally Richardson took over the starting duties in the game against Orlando. Back in week 3 from Charles Valera, who had a slow start after a great preseason. He's got Aska over the middle, wasting no time, head down, and he gets past the 25. It's a first down, gain of 11.
Well, they're really liking what they see out of Aska.
Gang up.
No-nonsense guy right now, really getting aggressive with his attack.
Left, 284 corner craft.
And in fact, I think you even asked Rusty about getting the ball to him in the passing game. That's even to open up a little bit. You see there with a little dump pass over the middle.
Especially because he's blind in his right eye. Just wondering if they wanted to avoid having him come out off the right side of the line of scrimmage where he's looking back over the left shoulder. It is an issue. The Cosmos in motion. Blitz is on. Wally Richardson cannot get away from James Robertson, who makes the sack. Loss of 10.
Yes, sir.
James Robertson, the 45th pick overall by the Rage, had 21 starts in the NFL. Did not play last year. He's anxious to be back playing.
I'll tell you what, you saw there, the left side of the screen, you started seeing the blitz coming. Linebacker and the safety came up the blitz. Everybody slid that way, leaving the backside open, leaving the backside wide open. And Robertson, the problem is with the Hitmen is that they're getting too predictable with their play calling. With this defense can line up and they know when to run the blitz.
Second down and 16. Richardson going to Dar in the flat. He can move when he gets it, and look at him in the open field get up near the 35-yard line.
And Dardar's not going to get pulled back too many times. When he gets hit, he's always falling forward.
Kirby, you mentioned my new daughter, Nanette. His wife gave birth about a week ago. Kennedy Dardar, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. He's getting increased time at the wideout spot as well. As being a great special teams guy for Rusty Tillman. 3rd and 2. Oh, that was just a botched play. Ball came free. They're going to call it counter. I don't want it. You can have it type play. The Rage D comes up. Derrick Clark making the stop.
It looked like they're trying to run the option, which certainly would have been a gadget play. They don't, we don't see many options run there, but somebody tell the...
Jesus Christ! Get the security to go up there for Christ's sake!
Somebody, I thought we heard a whistle.
I don't know. He said he can't hear me.
Come on, line. Come on.
Look back.
Let's see. You hear some chirping.
You have to go back so I can hear you. I told you. I'm looking back, Joe. I'm looking back.
Aragoose punting. Skinny Culver at the 35, up to the 40. And he ducks down. He'll take the 5-yard return. Good field position for the Raids to start their first drive of the 3rd quarter.
Let's go, Nico!
Hitmen looking a little rusty today in Orlando.
Nico, Cole.
Beautiful Central Florida. Nice day here.
It sure is.
A little breeze in the air, about 78, 80 degrees. And not much humidity, which is very rare. Mario Bailey on the move as the Rays gained 4 yards. In fact, Rusty Tillman telling us Bobby was so concerned about the weather, he turned the heater on in the bubble back where they practice up to nearly 100 degrees for 3 days this week.
You know, there's a lot of times to prepare for games from certain situations. I know when we've gone to the lounge stadiums, we've gone indoor facilities with like white noise. But coming down here expecting the heat, he turned up to 100 degrees for 3 days. Good idea from a coach, but as a player sitting back going, hey, man, you're going to kill us.
His linemen lost 20 pounds each. Not just kidding about that. Derrick Clark doesn't get anything as he gets to the 45. You know, I was talking to a couple of the Hitmen today. They met at the Marriott yesterday, which is right near the Newark airport, and one of the buses got lost.
Who's coming in?
To the airport. Yes. So instead of a 2-minute drive, it took about 25 minutes. The trip did not get off to a good start, and so far it hasn't continued very well for them.
They had some problems. Remember, at the beginning of the year,
right?
They had problems with their bus going through the toll booth. Derrick Clark is down. You see him getting... he kind of got hit into the thing. I think he kind of got twisted. He's getting pulled to the ground. Tough to tell, getting pulled over his ankle or his knee.
Looked like he was trying to grab that left ankle. We'll check on Derrick when we come back. This is the XFL on the National Network. An early lead in this game. In the first quarter, they've held it. It was 7-0. Big Mark came back with a 43-yard fumble return, 7-6 after 1. 10 unanswered by Orlando in the second. They lead 17-6. Kuklick looking in the flat. He threw it over the head of Michael Black, who was covered well by Ron Wilkerson.
And that's where you talk about Big Mark. We told you before, 6'1", almost 250. He was in man-to-man coverage on Black. Now, Black is 5'11", 200 pounds.
Yeah, Mark, way to be on that.
That's one of those mismatches that you hope to get.
That. Way to go, D. Here we go,
Drew Pearson very happy with the coverage.
Last week, the Rays did not have good coverage or hang time, but this week it's been a lot better. Dardo was wrapped. The flag is thrown on the danger zone hit on the punt return. Kirby gets up. Kelly Malvo made the hit. Now, the crime there to me is if that's only a 5-yard penalty, that's got to be changed to at least 15.
Absolutely. I mean, if you can have two different rules for face masking, blatant, intentional, and non-intentional, then you should be able to have it here.
Oh, come on!
Absolutely.
Taking our guy out like...
Kirby first down.
Kirby Dardar.
There is no foul. The ball going out of bounds since the receivers touched it prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards.
It was 15 yards. He did call the personal foul, which is a good call by the referee. Instead of just hitting the 5-yard danger violation, he threw the personal foul. Good call by the referee to give him 15. Drew Pearson?
Yes, sir.
What you said that the team should respond off that. Kind of a hit that want to make your team respond? Is that your thought? Drew Pearson on the sideline with us.
Well, I think what it comes down to, Craig, is when you see somebody disrespect one of your teammates like that, it's a matter of rallying around your guys, getting together and say, listen, if they disrespect him, then they disrespect all of us. Let's go and kick their butt.
Up, man! Take our guy out like that! Oh. Come on, Art! You with me? You with me? Come on.
Coach Tillman, Drew Pearson is calling for some kind of a retaliation on that kind of a play by one of the Rage.
There's no retaliation. We're just, it's a bad play by them.
He does want his team to be fired up. And maybe retaliate in terms of putting some points on the board might be the thought. Richardson, Dardar. Oh, he's got it again! That time was a clean hit by Ricky Bell, who walked Dardar in the back.
Well,
Dardar gets up.
Let's just be glad for Kirby Dardar that his daughter is too young and a week old to be able to see the beating her dad is taking today. The illegal shot on the punt return, and then this well-timed ball by Ricky Bell to knock that ball loose. Great shot by Bell. That is just clean football.
And out to Dino Philyaw, the starter early on in the season, until he got an ankle injury.
Hey, Coach, you were on the refs about some of those special teams hit, and then one of your guys goes out and does that same thing.
That's not called for. You have to give him the 5-yard halo. It's dangerous, and our guy has to give him the halo. We're talking to him. We don't coach it, but the guy was trying to make a play, but we don't coach it. I don't condone it by any means.
Fair comment from Jalen Hall. Not the typical stick it up for your guy answer you hear from a lot of people. Wally Richardson in trouble, and that's been the problem for the Hitmen today. A little too much pressure, and their quarterback not elusive enough to get away from the onslaught from the Orlando Rage, and I guess you could point it the DL versus the OL, and right now it's the Rage DL winning the battle.
And you know what's sad about it is that in some of these situations that they're getting through on, they're just rushing for. Certainly there are some blitzes. This is a 4-man rush up front. Derrick Clark finishes them off. Once you get in there and get contact, you wrap it up, you got to hold on to it to drag that guy down. But, boy, they're just winning the war in the trenches.
Well, Alligood's punting again for the Hitmen. Caldwell is down the fire. Culver at the 40. And it's a good return up to midfield. Orlando will take over inside the Hitmen 50, leading by 11. Both teams at 2-5. The winner would appear to knock out the other team. But if the Hitmen lose this game, it's still a 1-game difference even with the loser.
More importantly up there, that's the temperature. Are they going to suffer the same way we
pretty
suffer?
cold. Yes. Kuklick gets it off cleanly to Michael Black. Inside the 45, he's taken down by Wheeler after a gain of 6.
Kirby Dardar, the plastic man. 2 hits that are going to make the highlight reel for sure, maybe all season. You're either the bravest guy out there or you got a screw loose, buddy.
No, it's all good. I'm just out there doing my job. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit more than that to stop me.
and I'm coming. I'm coming. Believe me, I'm coming.
Word is out.
Well, after he took that shot on that punt return, laid there for a second, counted all his limbs, got back up to let everybody know he was all right.
And he called a reach for it. Incomplete. Incomplete. The coverage by Joey Ellums.
Third down, you got it,
Right now, though, I thought New York, Bob, in the first quarter had the momentum of the game. When Morkerson went in, they had the interception, sort of set it up. The offense didn't do anything with it. And those hits are sort of imposing the will of Orlando now on New York.
But you know what's happening now is that the Rage aren't making mistakes. People stop making those mistakes. And the Hitmen are getting to the point defensively where they're too tired to make the plays happen. Because they're on the field all day long. They're just getting worn out.
Kuklick comes to the There's a big play by Donnie Caldwell. Interception. Good plays. He stepped in front of the receiver on man-to-man coverage. A flag is down. And a big turnaround type play. The Hitmen hope for New York. We'll see what the flag is. It appeared to come after the play.
Well, the Hitmen should have had me say that they've lost their desire to do anything defensively earlier.
On the Orlando sideline.
Okay,
Orlando player.
All right, 15 yards.
Boom. Might be 15.
What number? What number?
Tacked on.
What number? The guy that intercepted is 40-something. I don't know.
Unsportsmanlike conduct after the interception.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's against New York.
You can spike the ball. No, they're tagging on 15.
Against New York, penalty 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Well, we saw Donnie Caldwell spike the ball. I don't know that, I mean, that's certainly not a penalty unless you spike it in somebody's face or spike it, hit somebody with it.
What? I'm going to talk to somebody.
Might have been for the reaction.
I guess the
You're supposed to have a free speech in the XFL, freedom of expression. And if it was
and the refs just don't want to tell us.
A spike after the ball, sportsmanlike on the returner.
That's a shame. That would have set up
get another look. Richardson's going to run.
Some great field position would have been.
Gets to the 36. Let's take a look and watch Caldwell because he said it was on the returning player. Let's see.
Left side of your screen, you're going to see the interception right there. Oh, and there's a face grab.
For that?
If he's being penalized 15 yards for that, then that's ridiculous.
First of all, he was clotheslined down around his neck.
Yeah, the guy had his head in his face.
And then he simply spiked it in the XFL. That should be fine. And I don't mean fine as in hit him with a salary knock. Dardar makes the catch. That's nothing wrong with that. That's a terrible call. And
like I said, I mean, it really hurt the Hitmen in the respect that would have been beautiful field position for him. They would have had the ball right about the 48-yard line, 47-yard line.
Straight left. 35 gut on one, ready.
Hey, Drew Pearson. Just wondering if you saw the spike after that interception. That seems to be the kind of thing that's encouraging the XFL, and they call 15-yard penalty on it.
They've been spiking the ball all year long, and they decided to call it today. This is the XFL, not the NFL. Let's get it right, officials.
That's a tough call in that spot. You get a big play in interception.
Well, in no situation do you want to get into taunting. You see guys throw balls at people, but that had nothing to do with it. There was no taunting.
They've been doing that all year. Everybody's been doing that all year.
Exactly. That was just a bad call.
They decided to call it now.
It's almost like the refs forgot what the logo was in the middle of the field. I mean, it wasn't even a spike at a player where you could sit to him.
Yeah, I tried to spell it out to him. XFL. XFL.
I have no doubt about that.
7. New York recovering, rolling right, buying some time. He throws it complete.
Good job. Boy, this is a drive right here.
Drew, take a look at the board there. You'll see the play again. Look up at the board. Here's the play.
Drew, at the end of the play here.
Interception. Watch this. That's a true face mask, 15-yard variety.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
And that's been happening all year. Here we go.
3rd and 5. It's a big
down. Come on.
0 for 6 on 3rd down in this game. That's been a big story. All right, we'll see. Wally Richardson trying to buy time rolling. He's rushing, he's throwing it, and he throws it away. Out of bounds on the pressure. from Cedric Clark. He had to get rid of it a little too quick again.
Man, he was getting that from both sides. He was getting linebackers and safeties coming from corners coming from both sides, putting the pressure on him. He has no time in the pocket to set up.
I told him to tell you, don't listen. Hey, the spike again. Yeah.
Receivers, don't get discouraged. It ain't y'all. It ain't the quarterback. He just got no time. Don't get discouraged, okay? Keep working. Go up.
Got to deal with the adversity of the bad call. They did move the ball back, got the first down, but they couldn't make the 3rd and 5. They're 0 for now 7 on 3rd down. No, fake, Polari. Polari can throw a long pass, throws it, nearly caught, incomplete. Off the hands of Mark Tate, and it looked like the ball was catchable, although Bell was covering him. Polari threw the ball a little bit low, but he was covered tight. Really nowhere else he could have thrown it. We'll get another look when we return. 17-6, and Orlando takes over in great shape.
We've had a couple of plays that have been affected by the blowing of a whistle. And it has affected Wally Richardson. In fact, a couple series ago was running, looked like they're going to run an option. And they end up stopping the play, but the play counted because it was not one of the rushing whistles. So they're going to find out a little bit more about that. Anyway, the Raids have the ball. It's 50-yard line.
After the fake punt attempt, Bob wide open first, and it's over his head. And Brian Kuklick reaching the top of his head, not for the ineligible man downfield call, but for the fact that he missed the eligible receiver, Yellow Burks.
Damon Wheeler fell down, and that was just unbelievable. Watch here. There's the Burks. Wheeler goes down. They try to get some help over the top, but it comes very, very late. That ball, if on target, it's another score for him.
5th overall pick in the supplemental draft. Diallo Burks has had a monster season, 2nd in the league with 5 receiving touchdowns. Brian Shay, good burst to the 40. Look at this guy go. Brian Shay down to the 32, the all-time leading rusher in the history of college football.
You all right?
Almost 7,000 rushing yards.
What they did on this play is, Craig, they ran what they call a dog zone with defensive linemen dropping off into coverage. But as they dropped back, all the momentum was going back. Nobody was there to make the stop on Shay. It was a perfect time for a draw as they run that zone dog, and then you start to drop defensive linemen off into coverage, puts them right off the bat in a situation they're uncomfortable with.
Go to Shay again, and he squeaks free inside the 30. Wilkerson and Brad Trout got a piece of him.
I'm coming back.
Brian Shay telling one of the big defensive linemen, hey, I'm coming back.
Out of Emporia State, I believe that's a Division 2 school.
952 seam, all one. Right,
88 touchdowns. 6 NCAA all-division records. Well, granted, not against the top Division I competition, but still those numbers are so spectacular. Nearly picked. Look out. That's a free ball. Caught by the Hitmen. Intercepted Raybon. Israel Raybon got the interception, and for the first time this year, although created by the secondary, somebody other than the secondary picks on the pass from New Jersey.
Exactly. Good play defensively. That ball, Joey Ellens came up, made a nice hit on the play. Ball bounces going up right there. You see Ellens knocking the ball up. And I know Raybon wanted that ball, but maybe you should have let Joey continue the play.
He had to go after that one. Lee Rehrman's going to hunt down Raybon. As the third quarter winding down, 45 seconds remaining. So despite being outplayed by a long shot, there's still only 2 scores down. That might be picked up. The tip it is. And it goes right back to Orlando. Off to deflection. Picked off. Looked like it was Lewis Riddick who got it. And Orlando returns the favor off the Omar Brown deflection just like that.
When you're watching here, you're going to see Brown deflect the ball right there in the middle. He makes a good play on it. Brown, the other safety, the free safety. Well, they tell you if you're going to deflect the ball as a receiver, deflect it down. If you can't catch it, make sure it gets down. Because every time it goes up in the air, it's a jump ball.
athletic, savvy vet with 6 years NFL experience. As Derrick Clark gets a couple of yards. Another one of those guys, salary cap victim, many years in the NFL, so a guaranteed salary, $500,000, $600,000. He wanted to keep playing football, and he is. And so is Orlando. They lead by 11. Right back. Fourth quarter just getting going. Kuklick is going to pass again. Off Burks, another deflection. This one went back toward the referee, and he nearly picked it off. Flag down on the play. Was he hit early?
Here he comes, right here.
Spot right there, spot. Pass interference, number 26 defense. Penalty will be a first down at the spot of the foul.
Well,
pass interference against Ellis.
A lot of penalties out there today. Some of these ones that get to the point where we actually have to wait till the ref tells us.
Officials in this league that think they are the game. They think they're the stars.
So, Drew, you think that it's just getting a little bit too much? The guys aren't being able to play the game?
Heck yeah, that was not pass interference. The guy was out in Gainesville and called it. They're ruining the game.
Now warning. On the third, there will be another. That is it.
Listen to this call. You believe that?
Crowd noise warning.
Let's incite the crowd a little more.
Drew, what was that call?
The crowd noise is affecting the game.
Oh, jeez.
I think he was referring to the whistles and all.
They want TV time.
In all respect to the ref.
Get all the TV time around here.
Kuklick looking for Swayne in the flat, buying some time. Now he's being dragged down, and he got him. Tim Beauchamp ran down Kuklick.
You see that holding? You see that holding?
Where the helmet come from?
See the helmet?
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that call.
Who held it on that play, Drew?
You didn't see that holding?
I was watching Kuklick.
Hey, come on, man. Stevie Wonder could see that. Jeez.
Well, I think that what's happening, as far as the crowd noise, I think they're referring again to the whistle that's being blown.
And these guys are the worst. They're inconsistent at best.
One more time.
Bowman, 78. Jesus. Stevie Wonder could call that.
You can't hold it, and you got to keep the hands up out of the other guy's
Wide open man.
There you go.
Culver has it down to the 13 before Trout brought him down. So Galen Hall's Rage marching a gain of 16. Coming back in for the Hitmen.
Well, that was just a wide open play. Culver finds a perfect spot between coverages, between the linebackers and the secondary. So far, he's proven as the ball gets near him today, he's going to catch it.
The Orlando Rage have turned the ball over 4 times today, but they've gotten away with it because the Hitmen have not been able to cash in. Now they need another big defensive play. Clark takes it inside the 10, down to the 8.
Derrick Clark looked like he twisted his knee a little bit earlier on. Back in the game, he looked like he's healthy. In fact, he's running pretty aggressively.
Orlando at Birmingham next week. They're trying to stay a game out in front of the LA Extreme for the overall home field advantage. If they wind up tied, the Extreme get the edge because of winning the head-to-head matchup 31-6 last week. Kuklick on the draw. Clark met by Vernon Crawford. He got inside the 5 near the first down. Late flag.
Another flag down.
And there's the holding. This time Drew Pearson gets the call along with the Hitmen. That'll back him up. That's a costly play for Orlando.
Well, you know, the thing is that holding could be called all the time.
79.
Offensive linemen are always making
behind
contact.
the line of scrimmage, previous spot.
They're always grabbing.
Holding. 79 offense. Penalties 10 yards. Previous spot. Repeat second down.
Sean Love.
Sean Love called again. Last week, he was called for a couple of plays which really shut down the Rage running attack. He didn't feel the one was a chop block. He asked the ref about the call. The ref told him that it was intent. He was intending to chop block.
Thinking about it.
He got an intent to chop block. I don't get that one. I'm going to have to check the books on that one.
Another experienced NFL player, parts of 7 seasons. Kuklick over the middle. Has Swayne. Good ball to the 10. Going to fly. He got back to the 9. Nice coverage by Damon Wheeler, stepping up against a shifty receiver in Kevin Swayne, bringing up a big 3rd down play.
Big 3rd down. It's the game right here, baby.
Well, this is going to be the call on the Hitman defense to try and stop it because they have been on the field a lot in this game, and they're tired. But this is a time where, as if you are a good defense, times like that, you got to suck it up and just go after it.
Obviously, they love a turnover, but if nothing else, prevent the 1st down and force the field goal attempt. Let's see, Clark tripped up, and stepping up was Damon Wheeler again. A big play, 2 in a row. For the left cornerback, Damon Wheeler.
Why they would want it to Derrick Clark? Want a counterplay with Derrick Clark? I don't know. He doesn't have the juking ability to make the cut. But he's a pretty much straight ahead runner. And once he was able to get his momentum going, it was way too late. The defenders had already penetrated.
26-yard field goal attempt. Oh, he missed the snap. Taylor's going to go after it, and he's taken down by guess who? Damon Wheeler. A huge turn of events. They not only prevent the field goal and the score, they take over at the 40. The Hitmen D playing it on a platter again.
Good job,
and the offense responds.
Good job. Good job, D.
Well, it's a guarantee. You come to an XFL game, you have a good time, and certainly the Rage fans lead the league in that category. Their team is 4-0 at home, trying to go 5-0. The Hitmen trying to return the favor from week 3 when the Rage came back in the 4th quarter to beat New York. Aska stopped at the 35, still fighting and plugging to get to the 37, a gain of 4 after the effort. But can Bob the offense here all of a sudden find something? There are only 2 scores down.
I called 2 Yale, they're not 2 touchdowns. It's going to take something special. They're going to have to go back and just throw away whatever the game plan is that they brought to this game today. You know, they started off the day looking like they were going to start to open the book up again and start to do some of the gadget plays. But, gadget plays aside, the halfback pass, reverse, things like that, you still got to get the ball downfield. They did it well a couple of weeks ago. They got to do it now. Right now, Orlando's given up the ball 4 times, and the Hitmen have only been able to get 6 points off.
And they messed up the snap, botched it on the field goal attempt. Omar Brown is shaken up.
He ain't got nothing for real.
Well, Aska's a pretty big load to bring down. Omar Brown coming in, making the hit.
Got him right on the right shoulder. Aska goes 5'11", but he's 247 pounds.
Dang.
Before breakfast.
Rusty Tillman said he's been a real spark in the run game for New Jersey. And that guy certainly has been a spark for Orlando. And Omar Brown, Galen Hall told me he's the best defensive back on the team so far this year.
Just need me and my...
Well, he said he got a knee to his stomach, wasn't his shoulder. He'll be okay. So, the Hitmen are at the 37 and running out of time. There's still 9.5 to go, and they need 2 touchdowns. Richardson, there's one downtown. Flag is down. Dardar might have been pulled by the defensive back, Stephen Fisher.
Thanks. Sean Banks is pleading his case right now.
Offsetting
Oh,
foul.
it's going to go both ways.
Holding. 87 offense. Illegal contact. 56 defense. Those penalties will offset. The down will be replayed.
Just when you think you got an opportunity, you got a break. Marcus Hinton, tight end, called for holding.
Sean Banks, Orlando hit with the penalty.
Well, he was.
And hit.
He's hooked up. He was matched up on that one against Zola Davis. There's no way you want one of your linebackers matched up against a guy with Zola's speed.
Black 58.
Rage have had an effective day pressuring the quarterback Richardson. They're blitzing again, and the handoff, and Aska ran into, like Sean Banks stepped up and got him, a loss of 1.
Well, they ran a counter tray, pulled both backside linemen, delay the handoff and come up inside, but play up big time.
Richardson Looking for DeCosmo, who's covered, and he throws it incomplete. Again, rushed it a little bit. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking about there.
I don't know if there's communication. I don't know if they don't know what's going on here. I mean, Wally, DeCosmo is all the way downfield. Wally Richardson throws the ball at about 10 yards. Once again, they've got a situation with a bad stop in the field goal. They get the ball, and they can't take advantage of it.
We're stuck in a time warp because this has been purely representative of the early weeks for New York and New Jersey. Returned by Colbert. Collins made the stop. Reminds you of the Hitmen when they went 0-3 so far on offense under Polari early in the season.
Talk to him! Come talk to him! You obviously were talk for 2.3 yards per play. Now that's a bad number when you're talking about the run game. But when you're talking about run and pass, 2.3 per play ain't gonna cut it.
Brutal. Michael Black taken down.
Hold on.
88. The defensive player of the week in week 6. After a late interception, preserving victory. The punt is blocked. Where is it? It's around the 30-yard line, and again, special teams comes up with a play for the Hitmen. The defense has done enough today, despite the 17 giving up, but you can't really fault them entirely. Can the offense do something? Here it is again.
Taken right off of his foot. Great placement. Great visualization.
Damon Wheeler may have got it.
The Rage picks it up, but they still don't have enough yardage there to get the first down. They picked it up.
Cosmo getting credit for the block. Richardson back. Looking end zone. Throwing. Got him open. Touchdown, Mike Archie. Touchdown, Hitman, and they're back in the game.
I think we got to go deep right now.
Yeah! Wally Richardson took a shot after he threw that one. He's going to have to watch that touchdown on the highlights later tonight.
Hey, we got to...
But Archie just walked away.
Way to go, Archie!
How did he get so wide open?
Way to go!
Mike Archie just walked away from the defender. Right there, just walking away from number 24, Ricky Bell, who's had a good day coming up and making some plays, but it's Mike Archie getting just enough space away from Ricky Bell to make that touchdown catch.
Mike Archie with his second receiving touchdown of the year, his fourth overall score. Richardson firing for the extra point, and not a key one with a 5-point difference. But sometimes those things can bite you at the end when you don't think so. 5-point lead now for the Rage with 5:07 remaining. The Hitmen are back in it, finally making a big play. 33-yarder to Mike Archie. And they're on 5 down with 5:07 to go. Anthony DeCosmo helped set that up.
Nice.
By blocking the punt.
Nice job of placing his hand right on that football.
Shay at the 7, 15. He's tripped up. And it was DeCosmo who got in and made the play again.
Keith Elias, you're an injured guy who was a utility back early in the season. You're here helping with special teams. That punt block, you designed it right before the play, correct?
Well, Coach, we had run a punt block earlier today, and we almost got to it. And Coach just turned and said, hey, write up the same thing we started using last week. And I sat down the sideline and scribbled up a balanced look. And Coach was right. We hit it right on the head. We got the punt block.
I guess you Princeton guys all think you're pretty smart, don't you?
Hey, Rip! It ain't rocket science.
Lance! 4:41 and counting.
Is that what he took it for? Rocket science?
Maybe. Kuklick. Going over the middle. Complete. Burks at the 30.
Oh, nice.
Tackle Wheeler. Beautiful tackling.
Damon Wheeler, I'm sorry. I hate to be so partial to defenses, but when a defender comes up...
Get in the huddle.
I know.
Get in the huddle.
When a defender comes up and just sticks his helmet right in the middle of the guy's numbers and drives them back. All right, maybe he missed the numbers. Okay, right in the bread basket.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going south. I think Arturo Gotti took a couple of those shots last night at La Jolla.
Inside 4 minutes. Rage trying to turn the clock. Again, Wheeler on the corner made the stop tripping up.
Well, that makes
Brian Shay.
That makes 8 tackles today for Wheeler, for Damon Wheeler. Man, he is having a hell of a day on the outside. Great job of run support. I mean, he's the guy that's got to get up and force the guy either to commit to him or to cut it back inside and let his buddies make the play.
Big series here, 3 minutes, 25 seconds and counting. Second down and 7. The Hitmen do have their 3 timeouts. Got to start thinking about that. They have the 2-minute warning, but most importantly, they've got to stop the Rage from getting more first down. They're going to run, let the clock keep ticking, and bring up the 3rd down play.
Well, you know, this is, and once again, I mean, this could be up to the Hitmen defense. They have been put in a tough situation all day with the Hitmen offense not being able to get any drives going. The defense has spent all day on the field. You know what? That doesn't matter anymore. They got to put it all behind them. Everything that lies in front of them is in 3 minutes and 8 seconds. They've got to suck it up and find a way to stop this Rage offense from getting even 1 first down. Believe me, the touchdowns aren't going to come as easy as that last one from Richardson to Archie.
Hitmen called a timeout, so they have 2 remaining.
Same thing.
Can you believe the 3rd down numbers in this game? The Hitmen are 0 for 8 on 3rd down, and the Rage are 1 for 10.
Unbelievable.
This is not a cheapie 3rd and 6. One of those plays here, I mean, do you have to pass? Do you try and pull them and then draw a play, or what? What do you think?
You know, at this point, you don't want to take too many chances, too, because they're still in that side of the field. You know, they're going to have to do something like a quick slant, something that doesn't have too much risk to it. So we haven't seen any throwing any quick slants or quick outs like that. Anything a really quick hitting pass. So I don't know that we're going to see it right now.
You hate to see the incomplete if you're the Rage, too, to stop the clock, but the way they go at it, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw it in.
You know, 3 wide receivers split to the left, trips left.
Black is in the backfield, and Kuklick is going to pass. Looking over the middle, has Swayne, no first down yet. Diving over there, nice effort, Swayne. And it appeared to be good enough to get the first down. Let's see the spot, it's close.
Got it.
It is a first.
On the spot, first down.
Oh, that hurts him.
That's a good play by Kevin Swayne as he bought that with that little extra dive after the catch. And he come up even a couple of inches short, and they would have had to punt the ball.
But you know, they know, and here you see the rim play. He's going to dump it here. Swayne is the guy that gets the first down by leaning over to the left. A lot of bodies right there, and he just leaned to get that first down. But a really limited play selection for the Rage now because they're going to want to try and keep this as simple as possible so there aren't any, you know, no problem and no chance of them getting a turnover. You see just a nice run inside that is shut down big time by Crawford.
Crawford stopped him. They have the 2-minute warning. They've got 1 more timeout. So they could still have potentially plenty of time, but probably no timeouts left if they can stop them on this series.
That was damn official. We're going to call timeout right after this play. Let them know.
And they're going to have the 2-minute warning.
Have them look for you.
Veteran Smash Mouth football player, the Zunk. Larry Zunk of North to Alaska joined him immediately following the game. For those of you out west, go behind the scenes of the ground-pounding drag races on popular hot rodding television. That's coming up next on TNN. 2:24 remaining.
You know, there's a great John Wayne movie called North to Alaska, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. I just watched it last week.
You taped the movie?
I have
Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. This is y'all. Get y'all ass in there. We got done. Y'all got done. We got
a lot of people with the current shows on tape. Did you actually buy that, Bob, or did you tape it?
I do
like one night.
No, I do everything legally. I bought it.
Oh, you did?
Bought it, yeah.
2:24 remaining. It's 2nd and 10. The Hitmen have 1 timeout left. They're going to call it. They stop him here.
You come on.
Create the 3rd down, and then they'll get the 2-minute warning as well. But Rage really could be a first down away from cinching this game.
That's right. They get the first down, it all changes.
They've been throwing. Do you still do it? Yeah. You got to use the run and use some time. And play action. Good blitz there by Ty Talton. Incomplete. And they get the stoppage by the incomplete pass that time. And that's a big key.
Big key because they don't have to waste a timeout. And they still have time above the 2-minute warning.
Hey, that's the way to get in there.
Man, that defense was lined up to come. And they just could not pick it when it brought 8 guys
Clock does start on the spot until it gets inside 2 minutes. So
come here. Show lightning. Luke 22 ready.
The play clock is just about even with it. It's actually less than the 2 minutes. They're going to have to. Well, no, they won't. They only have 4 seconds left on the 2-minute warning on the play clock, so they get a break. To Orlando. 2 minutes remaining. Play of the game coming up. Orlando by 5. They could grab them with 3 straight wins, but New York trying to secure their spot in the playoffs. Second place right now, very much up for grabs. Dardar's at the 30, gets up to the 34. Mashed down there. The Hitmen have made a habit of coming back of late. They've won 2 straight. A week ago, Bob, they did it against Memphis with just 9 seconds to go.
Yeah, against a good Memphis defense.
Right
Great
there.
job of coming back. So they're going to have the time. They've got 1 minute, 46 seconds to do it. They're going to find some kind of game plan that gets this ball to the end zone. It's going to have to be more than that one play like they did in the last drive to Mike Archie.
Hitmen were down 15-3 in that game for 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. Richardson to Davis both times. Outlet man. He's got a receiver, Michael Blair. Elects to stay in play. Got to the 42. And the clock will keep ticking away. They do have 1 timeout remaining.
Last week, as far as the guys last week, Richardson was 6 of 7 for 64 yards. So he found a way to put together some nice numbers on the way to winning.
Richardson, 4-man rush. Throws, got a wide open receiver.
Good job.
Takes out of bounds at the 46 of Orlando. It's a first down. The clock stops. And again, they keep that precious timeout.
Well, you know what the beauty of this is, too, that the last touchdown was them getting beat deep. They overplayed it. Archie got them deep. So now everybody's worried about them getting them deep again, which is giving them a little bit more room underneath.
Yeah, here we go. Listen. We got change.
In their first meeting, Orlando came back in the fourth quarter from 12-3 down.
4-0-8. Dolphin. On one, ready.
And 1-18-12 with 15 unanswered. And Hitmen trying to pay back the range here in a key game with 3 games to go. Richardson rushed, and he throws over Davis's head. He was forced on the play by Andre Purvis, the left tackle.
It flex right. Quick slide left. 292. Boom, 292.
Here we go. Here we go. Listen, we got gun. Flex right.
Get up there!
On the color. Ready?
Play clock winding down, and Richardson, I don't know if he's aware of that. 4 seconds, 3 on the play clock, he gets it off. Richardson, little fake, they didn't buy it. Now he throws. Is that a throw or not? Incomplete. Forward pass.
Oh,
Richardson taken down. Larry's going to have to come on because Richardson is hobbling off. And Charles Polari, the quarterback the first couple weeks, what happened here, Bob?
He got a slam to the face of the end, and when he came down on it, the leg snapped to the inside. Looks like he may have ran the medial collateral, the inside of his knee. Definitely looked like he may have stretched it a little bit.
Charles Polari, who does have a good arm, in fact, probably could throw the long ball better than Richardson. The start of the first 2 weeks really struggled. The clock should not be running here, and they're going to have to adjust
Incomplete pass. With the timer, please reset the clock to 1 minute and 2 seconds. 1-0-2.
Hey, Drill, the ref got that one. He's taking out his earpiece so he can't hear us talking.
You know, Drew really. I'm telling you, this was what a shame though. At the end of you see when he came down to the knee, his knee just snapped to the inside. It was a very very freakish looking.
Keep that thing running.
Wally Richardson, don't know the extent of the injury. He's still in the third.
Larry did not throw a touchdown pass in his first 2 starts. He throws a deep ball there. Archie got it. He was bumped.
He got bumped.
I thought he got bumped as well. No flag. No flag. Fisher on the coverage. It's like they were both sort of jostling. Maybe one that could have went either way.
See, now here's the problem. Polari hasn't had the snaps with this offense. When he took that ball and he looked downfield, let's check it at the end there.
Flex left, slide right.
A little bit of a bump. Probably no call there. Problem is, Polari looked at him at Fisher, looked at him all the way downfield. Fourth down, they've got to go for it. This is the play.
This is it for the Hitmen. Oh, the play clock. I see it at 0 now.
Huddle up.
Don't see a flag, though, do you, Bob?
No.
Don't think that.
Come on, hurry up! Hurry up!
Looked at the clock at 0 and was wondering what happened. They actually had never reset it. So now it's showing.
Right. All hooks and close. All one-on-one. Ready? Get the first.
Larry's in the shotgun, and this is the ball game for the Hitmen. 4th and 10. Larry in relief. Can he be the hero? Over the middle. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Didn't matter. Same result. Rage take over, and that should be it. Kelly Malvo on the coverage.
Malvo, low concentration. Problem is, Larry goes in. He's not loosened up. He hasn't had a whole lot of snaps with the offense. And you know what happens? For instance, the third down play that he throws into coverage because he's not looking around. Here, same thing. He's not used to working these guys. He throws into triple coverage. Two guys in the same zone. Guy was open and he just can't find it.
He had him open on the inside there, Bob. It looked like the Cosmo was going left, square in maybe, and he was open, and instead the pass went the other way.
And that comes from taking snaps together and being able to know which way the guy's going to throw the ball.
So the Orlando Rage will be able to kill it. The Hitmen have a timeout. And the Hitmen offense had all kinds of chances for the defense today. They forced some turnovers. It wasn't a spectacular Rage effort, but they will take it. A bounce back against the Hitmen. And the Orlando Rage will move to 7-1 of the year. The Hitmen now with a precarious 3-5 record. And Bob, something's going to win that Chicago-Birmingham game with UPN coming up in just a few minutes. And that team will be tied now with the Hitmen for second place in the Eastern Division. So both Birmingham and Chicago very happy about the result here. So is Galen Hall. The Orlando Rage have run the table at home. 5-0 of their 5 home games in their inaugural season. They'll close with 2 games on the road.
Well, Coach Galen Hall, it was not a pretty game on offense, but you guys got it done.
We got it done. Brian got his first win. We made some plays offensively, but our defensive team played well all night. And, we win as a team and we lose as a team. And very proud of the way our kids fought tonight. Proud of our defense and proud of the big plays we did make offensively.
You got to be real happy with your defense because that was almost a flawless game on their part. Even with all the turnovers, they kept you in the game.
Yeah, without a doubt. We were very fortunate to turn the ball over that many times and come out a winner. Our defense played well all night.
All right, let's go over to Lee Rehrman.
Tillman, tough loss, but you got to like how your guys fought there in the fourth quarter.
Well, I really did. They fought hard. I think Orlando's a real-class football team. I think they did a tremendous job today. And they beat us soundly, but we hung in there, and I am proud of my guys.
Well, and actually, you may not know this, but Wally Richardson supposedly has a sprained knee. He'll probably be back. How do you approach the last 2 games, Coach?
Don't know yet. Got to see the films. I just got to live this one off for 24 hours.
What about Chicago next week?
Not thinking about that yet, but obviously we got to win. We're still in the hunt. It's a big game for us.
Well, setting up the dramatics here, this game, as the Hitmen and Ron Merkerson thought he had perhaps the game turner with the fumble return for the touchdown in the first quarter.
You talk about the battle in the East. Orlando's 7-1 now. The Hitmen fall to 3-5. As you said, Birmingham, Chicago coming up. But that Orlando team really winning. Not pretty. Not pretty, I'll say. They haven't really gone out there and dominated. Even in their loss last week, they were shown to be very, very human. And so they continue just to go out there and get the win that they need. Now, is that enough to get into the playoffs? Yeah. Is it going to be enough to go through the playoffs? We'll wait and see.
Birmingham beat both New York and Chicago. So if they could beat Chicago, then that would put Birmingham in control. They play the Hitmen in the final game, so don't forget about that. They've lost 4 straight. Chicago with a chance to pull even with New York, and those 2 teams play next week. All the games are within the division in both the divisions. during the final 3 weeks of the season. So it's going to be a great finish. Orlando has pulled in front of the overall home field at 7-1 now.
Hey, Brian, I talked to you early in the second quarter. You said you had to settle down. You did. You got some scores. Did you start to feel a little more comfortable out there?
Yeah, I felt good second quarter. We came out in the second half, and, you know, we were sloppy. We gotta fix that. We got to change that. We won the game, but we were sloppy.
Last 2 weeks, a lot of turnovers for you guys. How do you guys get rid of that?
You know, I don't know. I threw 3 picks today that, you know, I think it's just unlucky. I don't know. It's just getting the ball to guys that are open. That's all it is.
You'll be able to relax a little bit more next week now that you got 1 game under your belt?
Yeah, you know, my first pro start, and I was excited early. Next week will be a lot better.
All right, Brian.
The Orlando Rage have clinched the Eastern Division title with 2 weeks to go. They beat New York. Back with more from the Citrus Bowl in just a moment.